Now on Nightside, the state of Idaho has rested its case against 5 members of the Patriot Front arrested at a Coeur d'Alene Pride event last year.
90s and triple digits in the first alert forecast for Thursday. I'll let you know how much hotter it's going to get and if it's going to last through the weekend.
Airway Heights Fire Department is currently unable to keep up with the city's growth. Voters could soon change that. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. In less than 2 weeks, voters in Airway Heights will be deciding the future of the fire department. The city of Airway Heights says they're trying to keep up public safety a priority, but the fire department is unable to keep up with the city's growth, at least for now. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. On August 1st, voters will be deciding on 2 measures that would allow the department to pay new firefighters and get a new fire station. New on Nightside, our Rania Kaur breaks down what the fire department is asking for and how much it would add if it passes.
Aaron, Kirsten, from plumbing issues to not being able to fit the fire truck they want, the Airway Heights Fire Department tells me their fire station is just too small to accommodate the growth Airway Heights is seeing. Walk into the Airway Heights Fire Station and you'll find a roof that barely fits the ladder of a fire truck, cubbies reminiscent of grade school, and 1 shower to wash off at least 5 firefighters per call.
The challenge is that I need people to volunteer. I need to give them a nice place to work with good equipment and good conditions so that they want to be here.
The Airway Heights Fire Department has a grant to buy this building just a few blocks away, but they'll only get that grant if voters approve a 30-year bond to renovate the building to be a fire station. The cost to homeowners, $925 a month for a 300,000 home.
So for the cost of 2 Starbucks coffees every month, you'd have the ability to help fund our fire station.
With more calls a year.
So our call volume has increased 174% over the last 10 years. And with that increase, our volunteers can't keep up.
The city hired 4 firefighters in April using one-time emergency funding.
And that's just not sustainable for multiple years.
In Airway Heights, a portion of the property taxes go to the library. In August, voters will decide whether to include the library in the Spokane County Library District. Chief Metzger says those funds will shift to pay the new firefighters starting in 2025.
They're both equally important. I need people and I need a new facility.
For those that have even more questions, there is an open house scheduled here for Saturday at 10 a.m. in Airway Heights tonight. I'm Rania Kaur, 4 News Now.
The state of Idaho rested its case against 5 members of the Patriot Front. 31 members were arrested last year during a Coeur d'Alene Pride event.
They were found in the back of a U-Haul with objects like shields and protective equipment. Police said they were on their way to the event to cause a disruption. The 5 men on trial are Forrest Rankin, Devin Center, Derek Smith, James Michael, Johnson, and Robert Whitted. None of them are from the Coeur d'Alene area. Each of the men face a misdemeanor charge of criminal conspiracy. Law enforcement officers involved in the arrest and investigation were called to testify. The defense argued that the officers had no knowledge if the group was going to cause a disturbance and therefore should not have been arrested in the first place. The judge denied a motion to dismiss the charges, saying there was sufficient evidence for a conviction. The defense will call witnesses tomorrow. Closing arguments could also start. 4 News Now will be in the courtroom and we'll bring you the latest updates as soon as they become available. If you thought it was hot today, it's going to get hotter.
Yeah, but it's not as hot as in other areas.
It's not as hot as it could be.
I have heard about Vegas recently. I have a close personal connection to somebody in Vegas. We'll send it over to our chief meteorologist, Chris Crocker, in your first alert forecast.
Yeah, we're about 20 degrees or more cooler than Vegas, Phoenix. We have clear skies right now. It is getting hotter. We'll be in the 90s through Sunday with no sign of the rain that we so desperately need. Here's a look at your high temperatures for Thursday. 97 in Spokane. That would tie our highest reading of the season so far. We've hit 97 on 2 days this month. 96 in Bonners Ferry and Coeur d'Alene, as well as St. Mary's. 107 in Lewiston, also in the triple digits in Omak, Wenatchee, Moses Lake, Grand Coulee, 9 Mile and downtown Spokane. 99 tomorrow in Spokane Valley and 96 in Spangle and out at Fairchild Air Force Base. Here's a look at your day planner. We've had some really nice, cool mornings. Tomorrow, is going to be a little more stuffy as you try to sleep in. We'll be in the 60s at 6 a.m., 71 by 8 o'clock, heading up to a high of 97. 86 is our average high. Some haze to start the day. I'll show you where that haze is coming from and let you know how long we're going to be in the 90s and triple digits in your 7-day forecast. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. A new school year with new faces can be scary for any student, but especially kids who are new to school. Strong for Life licensed therapist Jody Baumstein says preparing kids before school starts is critical in easing them into the classroom.
Don't really have an idea in their mind of what this is going to look like. They don't have something to go off of. The more we can fill in the blanks in their head, the more at ease they will feel.
Well, she also says you should visit the school so your child knows what it looks like. Meet the teacher so there are familiar faces on day one, and possibly even set up play dates before school starts. You can even practice with school supplies. Baumstein says if your child isn't sure how to use or open something, it can create an extra layer of anxiety.
Ahead of Friday's release of the Barbie movie, dozens of brands and retailers are catering to nostalgic adults, hoping they'll spend their extra cash on bright pink clothes and accessories to reconnect with their childhood memories.
The world has turned pink. It's an incredibly important milestone for the brand.
More than 100 eager companies, including Aldo, Gap, and Crocs, have signed deals with Mattel, the maker of the iconic doll, to create and sell Barbie-themed clothing, shoes, accessories, and countless other products, including the doll herself. AMC Theaters reports they've sold more than 40,000 pre-sale tickets to Barbie and the new movie Oppenheimer.
And I am on both of those lists, so there you go. Now, to quote a famous game show, no deal, Howie, no deal. That's also what the Pac-12 is saying this week. According to multiple reports, the Pac-12 will not be announcing its new media rights deal during its annual conference media day on Friday. Reports say the conference expects to release details of its new media rights deal in the near future, and it will likely include a mix of streaming and non-streaming TV options. The Pac-12 has been looking for a new media rights partner for the past year. The current media rights contract ends in 2024, the same year in which USC and UCLA are leaving the Pac-12 to join the Big Ten. And it was a move that has made the search for this new media contract that much more difficult. Reports also say the Pac-12 will not add any teams until a new media rights deal is complete. Live in the studio, Julian Minnesota, 4 News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. The Grant County Sheriff's Office is asking the community to help identify 2 men who are wanted for burglary. Take a look at these surveillance images taken just after midnight last Thursday, which was July 13th. The men broke a glass door at the Pheasant Run store in the town of Warden, and after appearing to take things from that store, they left the area in a vehicle shown here, which appears to be a silver or possibly gray Dodge or Ram 4-door pickup. If you know who these men are, or if you see them, you are encouraged not to confront them. Call the Multi-Agency Communications Center. You see that number right on your screen.
Lawyers for University of Idaho murder suspect Brian Kohberger have asked for more information on the DNA analysis used to identify Kohberger as a suspect, even suggesting DNA could have been planted on the scene. The request has already postponed the trial, which had been set to start on October 2nd. In court filings Monday, the Latah County prosecutor said none of the defense's arguments hold water as reasons to share the additional information.
Well, today marks 1 week since a section of Freya Street closed to repair several water main breaks and the road on top of those pipes. The city of Spokane saying work will continue well into this week at 13th and Freya. Drivers have had to detour around the area since last Wednesday. The city had planned to replace those old pipes in the near future, but was forced to move the project up when the water main break created a sinkhole.
Employees out of business in Oregon are getting a special lift to work, for a few days anyways. The temporary closure of a critical bridge means a lot of employees at Right Line Equipment will have no feasible way to get to work for about a week. So the company came up with an alternative.
Boss had a crazy idea of maybe we could fly people back and forth with a helicopter.
Well, the company is renting helicopters for the week. Right Line Equipment has more than 300 employees. With the bridge's closure, a typical 15-minute commute has turned into hours. Right Line says it was important for them to take care of their employees and keep their schedule on track, as they're already booked up with work for the next 2 years.
A new program in Spokane helps teens talk about their feelings.
Breakfast is often overlooked and it's often rushed, but it plays a big role in blood sugar and energy levels throughout the day. Here are dietitian's advice.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
Next. Stop.
We got it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Your electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it.
Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
You know, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Oh, every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
At Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, we make sure your favorite spot is designed to be super comfortable. Whether you're a cuddler, an upside downer, a leg dangler, or all of the above. Don't miss Black Friday in July at Lazy Boy. For a limited time, you can save 20% on everything in the store. Plus, you can get an additional 10% in bonus savings.
What do you think?
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Does your current roof have moss growing on it? Is it worn out or tattered? Have you recently seen the heat and electric bills going up? Then it may be time for you to get a new roof from McVeigh Brothers. McVeigh Brothers is the only 5-star certified select shingle master contractor in the Inland Northwest. We also have great financing options to help you out, like no money down and up to 12 years low interest financing. So you can get everything you want now and pay for it later. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
ABC's World News Tonight.
And 4 News Now.
When the local story is national news.
When national stories hit home. Watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
No way these weekend warriors are going to climb that hill. Don't judge them by their zip code. Judge them by their Quattro. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Great Northwest Gathering Auto Show.
Thanks for staying up with Nightside. Netflix is scrapping its least expensive ads-free plan for new members in the U.S. and U.K. The basic plan, a single stream for $10 a month, is no longer available for new or rejoining members. Netflix says existing basic members can keep their plans. The move is meant to push customers to its ad-supported package, Standard with Ads. Standard with Ads launched in November and costs $7 a month. Comes with an average of 4 minutes of unskippable ads per hour.
Well, breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day, and it's often skipped. Dietitian Lauren Kremer explains the issues around our traditional carb and sugar-rich breakfasts.
What happens to our blood sugar is it goes all the way up and spikes and then can come crashing down. And when that happens, we can feel fatigued, we can get hungry really quickly.
Well, she also says the solution is a protein-rich breakfast, but parents know it's not always easy to take away sweets from your kids. So Lauren suggests chia pudding with nut butter, cottage cheese, of course, eggs, and a secret that works for a lot of teens, leftovers the next morning. Mental health can be a difficult topic, but it can be even more difficult for teens.
Providence partnered with the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center to create a program that helps local teens talk about their feelings. Therapists involved with the Providence Behavioral Outreach Program take a different approach to talking about mental health. The kids do different activities that help them learn better ways to cope with their feelings. The program is free and meets every Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m.
Our services don't always reach everybody equally, and so we're really working to seek out partnerships with populations that could benefit from programs like this, where we get to talk about mental health and behavioral health.
Here's a look at our almanac for today. 91 degrees was our high. 86 is our average high. Our record, 101. We do have some hot weather on the way, but we're not going to quite be into that record territory. We started the day off at 60. We'll be warmer than that tonight. Mostly clear skies. 63 for an overnight low. 97 tomorrow. Hot and sunny. We do have that haze on the horizon. We have some wildfire smoke coming in on north northeasterly winds, and that is not impacting our air quality. We're in the good range, but may settle enough tomorrow morning that you'll see that haze on the horizon that's coming down from Canada. Meanwhile, our overall weather pattern is a ridge of high pressure continuing to build over the region, bringing up that hot air from the southwest. We have an upper level trough waiting in the wings that's going to be passing by to our north through the weekend. As that approaches, our pressure gradient tightens and we're going to see our winds picking up. That is a big problem with the hot, dry conditions. Our fire danger could get into that critical range this weekend and into early next week. That push of cooler air is also going to drop our temperatures a little bit. We'll still be in the 90s this weekend and then a bit more next week, back down around average. Overnight lows in the 60s until next week. We'll be back down in the 50s. I have some Wildlife Wednesday photos for you coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Most overdose deaths involving cocaine or other psychostimulants also involve opioids. That's according to a new report from the CDC. In 2021, opioids were in about 79% of overdose deaths involving cocaine. Overdose deaths involving cocaine and opioids have gone up significantly over the past decade. According to the CDC, about 110,000 people in the U.S. died from a drug overdose in the past year. Misdiagnosis leads to hundreds of thousands of deaths and permanent disabilities every year in the U.S.
About 371,000 people die and 424,000 sustain permanent disabilities like brain damage, blindness, loss of limbs, cancer each year as a result. That's according to a report published this week from Johns Hopkins. They assessed how often certain conditions were missed and how often that diagnosis led to serious outcomes. Nearly 40% of those severe outcomes, including death and permanent disability, are linked to errors in diagnosing a group of 5 conditions: stroke, sepsis, pneumonia, venous thrombosis, which is a blood clot in a vein, and lung cancer. CMT has stopped playing the video for Jason Aldean's controversial song, Try That in a Small Town. He still played the song at the CMAs tonight.
Some say the song's lyrics are encouraging of vigilantism and racism. Some scenes in the music video were shot in front of what appears to be the Maury County Courthouse in Tennessee. That's where several incidents of racial violence have taken place, including the 1927 lynching of a black man and the Columbia race riot in 1946. The video also shows footage from police brutality protests and surveillance cameras showing robberies. Although Aldean did not write the song himself, he did defend the song with a tweet on Tuesday, writing, quote, "There isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage." Art classes are coming to Riverfront Park. That story's next on Nightside.
Layers tonight on Nightline. A trip to see Beyonce in Europe inside summer's hottest travel hack. Why catching a concert overseas could cost less than one at home. Plus, the secret life of Jackie O revealed.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
As state senator, Lisa Brown increased taxes by $2 billion while raising her own pay. Under her watch, homelessness rose by 25,000. Now she's backed by the Defund the Police crowd. Lisa's soft on crime, hard on taxpayers.
I pledge to increase police presence and tackle homelessness, and we have. Our Violent Crimes Task Force has lowered crime rates, and we're compassionately addressing homelessness. We're exceptional, Spokane. I'll keep it that way. I'm Nadine Woodward, and I approve this message.
What's good about River Ridge Hardware and how we stand out as a neighborhood hardware store? When a customer comes in, it's our opportunity to help them with whatever project they're doing, whether it's painting or building something new. We truly want to help you. What makes Peter's Hardware Store stand out in the neighborhood is it is eclectic type hardware store since 1934. And yes, we're the oldest working hardware store in Spokane. It's really a fun place to visit.
From the very beginning, we've been taught safety is very important. It's an act of love. When we're on the road, every action we take gets everyone to a safer place. Each of us can make a difference. Slow down. Ride sober. Get endorsed. Get training. Alone we are strong. Together we are stronger. And together we get there.
Don't miss the $50,000 Sunday hot seats at Northern Quest. That's Sunday with an E on the end and a cherry on top. It's a play on words. July, Sunday, hot seats, you get the idea. And it's happening noon to 4 p.m. every Sunday with a Y in July. Don't overthink it. Just swipe your Camus card and be playing your favorite machine when your name is called. The $50,000 Sunday with an E hot seats every Sunday with a Y in July. Only at Northern Quest.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
Just 1% of all U.S. homes have changed hands so far this year. That's according to data from Redfin, and it represents the lowest figure in at least a decade. Experts believe the rate should be closer to 40 or 50 homes out of every 1,000 in an active market. Real estate professionals believe high interest rates and a low inventory of homes on the market are the main reasons for the current trend.
As more Americans crank up the AC, it's projected that home energy costs will increase this summer. Some estimates expect costs to jump nearly 12%. A climate economist says when the temperatures get this high, the bottom line is always going to be impacted.
Productivity through the economy goes down, especially when we hit certain thresholds.
But the primary concern remains health and safety. Dozens of deaths this year in Arizona are being investigated as potentially heat-related, where a new record was just set for most days at or above 110 degrees.
In fact, that record was broken yesterday and then broken again today. 119 degrees today in Phoenix. That breaks the daily record of 116 set back in 1989. This is the 20th consecutive day of 110 or higher. 18 was the previous record. So they broke it yesterday. They broke it again today. And we're going to do that for the next several days in Phoenix. Wildlife Wednesday time. The animals are trying to stay cool. Adorable little hummingbird from Linda Hubler. She captured this image at her home in Rathdrum. A big old bull moose in Harrison, Idaho from Kimberly, enjoying some lily pads there. Moose are so great, and boy, are they looking for some cool places to dive in. Eric Walker. An amazing photo of a Swainson's hawk. That's a new one for me. Dead-eyed stare at Eric. Here's one from Marty Stowe of a beautiful great blue heron in flight. And finally, from Sharon Verity, a doe and her triplets down around Tico. 1, 2, 3, out enjoying the tall grass and keeping fingers crossed that wildfires don't destroy some habitat. We've been in pretty good shape so far, and I hope that trend will continue. Kirsten?
That does look like one happy mama. Her 3 little babes. So sweet. Thanks, Chris. This summer, you can get creative with art classes in Riverfront Park. Art in the Park class is meant to be fun for all skill sets, so you don't have to be a professional. Robin Smith is one of the Art in the Park instructors, and she encourages fun art over fine art.
It's a step-by-step process. It's how I conduct all my paint and sip classes, and we just walk you through, and in an hour and a half, you'll have your painting done.
I just heard her say paint and sip.
Paint and sip.
That is a different type of art class. You can register for Art in the Park by going to riverfrontspokane.com. Classes are $25. Supplies are included. Each of Robin's sessions take place at 10 a.m. on Wednesdays. Well, what's better than grilling up a hot dog on a nice summer day? I guess celebrating a national holiday of sorts. Is it really National Hot Dog Day?
There's a day for everything, and it's the Hot Dogs Day. Give it a break. Local Spokane businesses celebrated with discounts on one of America's favorite foods. I haven't double-checked that either. Spokane dogs were $1 off at the famous hot dog cart in downtown. The master chef behind the cart said, everyone loves a hot dog. He was right. People lined up to take advantage of the deal, and the man was cooking and loving every minute of it.
It's a day of recognition for what I do, 6 months a year. It's a special day. People recognize it. What I do.
National Hot Dog Day's almost over. So,
You can still celebrate on another day this week. I will give you permission, Aaron.
I don't know. That's the day.
Those dogs look good.
I've had one of his dogs before. It's pretty good.
He has, is that like a Chicago style? That is delicious. Another thing people love, Taco Tuesday, a phrase now free for all to use. Restaurant chain Taco John says it's giving up defending its trademark and using money it would have spent on the fight for a donation to charity. That's nice. Taco Bell filed a petition in May seeking to cancel the Taco Tuesday trademark. Any U.S. restaurant can now use the saying, except in New Jersey, where the phrase is owned by a restaurant there.
I was really hoping for Taco Wars. You know, tacos go down real cheap. That'd be awesome. Home runs have been haunting the Seattle Mariners over the last few games. The team looked to turn things around in front of their home crowd. Coming up next in sports.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
Special Agent Will Trent, Georgia Bureau Investigation.
ABC presents The Summer of Will.
That's me.
Experience the crime series everyone's talking about.
Come at me like you want to kill me.
Gladly. He's good police, and he's objectively hot.
We are soft in this thing. Always. I'm a grown man with a small dog that wears clothes. What's up, scumbag? Your fly's down. Made you look.
Will Trent, Friday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com denominated. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Get ready for the momentous summer sale event at Adams Tractor. For a limited time only, we're slashing prices on top-of-the-line Toro and Gravely mowers. Whether you need a residential, commercial, zero-turn, or walk-behind mower, we've got you covered. And the savings, they're out of this world. Enjoy discounts of up to $1,500 off. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to transform your lawn. Visit Adams Tractor today and make your summer momentous. Adams Tractor, your trusted partner for all your lawn needs.
Connect with a friend. Connect with a muse. Connect with nature. Connect with summer and find what it holds for you in the off-road ready Mazda CX-50. Uncover what lies ahead during Mazda's Season of Discovery sales event.
Discover nature's most unique adventures in a Mazda CX-50. Available for immediate delivery at Foothills Mazda or shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader.
It goes like one margarita.
Bluebird in my heart. Baby, you're playing hard to forget. The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
Well, home runs are great unless it's against your team. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesota. Home runs were a problem for the Seattle Mariners last night. The Minnesota Twins hit 4 of them. And the Mariners lost. Tonight, Seattle had one job: keep the ball in the ballpark. Apparently, the Mariners, well, they didn't get that memo. Eduardo Julian goes deep as Seattle trails 2-0 after the solo home run. Now, same inning, Max Kepler up for Minnesota, and he hits one out of the ballpark, and it makes it 3-0 Twins. So the Mariners need to do something. Eugenio Suarez has the recipe. Suarez will tie the game with a home run of his own. Suarez homers for a 3rd straight game and earns the home run trident. Quite the prize right there. Now to the 9th, Alex Kirilloff at the plate for Minnesota, and Kirilloff puts the game away with what you guessed it, a home run. Seattle allowed 4 home runs last night. They allowed 3 home runs tonight, and well, they fall short. 6-3 is the final score. The Mariners and Twins will play one more time at 12:40 tomorrow afternoon from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Spokane Indians looking to bounce back from last night's loss to the Vancouver Canadians. Colorado Rockies infielder Brendan Rodgers right there playing in his 2nd game during his rehab stint here in Spokane. Rodgers will be getting some much-needed cardio on this play right here. Zach Kokoska pops one in the air. The left fielder charges for it, but it bounces off of his glove. Rodgers scores from 3rd. Spokane goes up 3-0. Now Vancouver climbed back in the 4th inning. It'll be Desan Brown at the plate, and he'll do it the opposite way. Brown with a blooper down the line to right field, and a pair of runs will come across to score for the Canadians as we are tied. But the Indians
weren't rattled in the slightest. Bottom of the inning, it'll be Sterling Thompson at the plate, and just like the Little League days, single right up the middle scores a run as the Indians, they hang on to win this one by a final of 7-6. Rogers went 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch for tomorrow's game is at 6:35 from Avista Stadium. And the cleats are getting clean, footballs are being inflated, and the red turf is ready to go. Eastern Washington football is set to open fall camp on August 3rd. The Eagles are coming off a disappointing season in which they won only 3 games and suffered 8 losses. The good news for Eastern is they return 7 starters on offense and 5 on defense. And we will hear from the Eagles during Big Sky Media Day on Monday. The Seattle Kraken could make some changes to the roster this offseason, but not at head coach. Kraken head coach Dave Hackstall has been given a contract extension through the 2025-26 season. Hackstall was a Coach of the Year finalist last season. He led Seattle to its first playoff appearance in franchise history and a 19-win improvement from the previous year. The Kraken opened the season on October 10th on the road against the Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights. And speaking of the Golden Knights, Spokane Chiefs player Ty Cheveldahoff participated in the Vegas Golden Knights developmental camp. Now, fellow Spokane Chief Sage Weinstein competed at the developmental camp for the Colorado Avalanche. So think of these developmental camps as glorified tryouts for the guys to potentially earn a roster spot down the line. Both players say it was surreal to learn from these championship organizations.
Just picking things up from everyone, what it takes to be a pro and what it takes to obviously be a championship team, and everyone needs to buy in.
The staff and even going down to the equipment management and all that stuff, the strength and conditionings, it was just unreal, just very first class, I think. And it was almost kind of like, wow, like almost made me love hockey even more.
Both players will be with the Chiefs next season, and the Chiefs open the season on September 22nd. That'll wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
At Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, we know everyone has their favorite spot. Don't miss Black Friday in July. Get 20% off everything, plus an extra 10% in bonus savings. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
When you're looking to upgrade the look and energy efficiency of your home, no one does a better job at a better price than McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. For over 65 years, McVeigh Brothers has been on the cutting edge of the newest technologically advanced products sold. We're now offering triple pane windows, custom colored windows of your choice, and amazing mini blinds between the glass that will last a lifetime. At McVeigh Brothers, we're working for you.
It's not just designed to look good. It's built to command attention. It's not just a comfortable interior. It's a quiet refuge. They're not just headlights. They light the way forward. The new fully electric Audi Q8 e-tron models. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Psst, it's my favorite time of year. Lazy Boy's having a sale again.
Wow, I'm getting good at this. The Black Friday and July sale. Save 20% off plus an extra 10% off. Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
All right, well, there's a horse, there's a goat, there's a farm in Ohio, and I guess everybody got a little too close. Let's take a look.
You're stuck in his tail? How did this happen? I don't know either.
You know when you know people who talk to their animals?
Yeah,
dogs,
it sounds
cats,
just like
goats.
that.
It's just like that.
They got untangled later,
They
though.
did. It worked out.